Okay, so let's now continue with our math journeys for the summer 2023. And this is going to be the final lesson I'm looking at with the basics for introduction of algebra. We're looking at addition and subtraction. Now, in this video, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at situations wherein there are multiple variables in the question. The process is simply to group the variables before you go ahead and actually solve the question. So we'll be working through a few examples. Let's just get right into it. So let's say we have 6x squared plus 7x plus 8x squared plus 9 plus 8y. Now here's our question, and what you need to look at is to see what is similar. So again, we have 6x squared, 7x plus 8x squared plus 9 plus 8y. Now, again, we are grouping. Now, in grouping, we notice we have here x squared, and here we have an x squared. So we're going to write those first. So we have 6x squared plus 8x squared. Now, is there anything else that looks similar? We have 7x. Is there any odd? You need to ask yourself now, is there any other part of the question that just have x with a number? Notice the difference. This is x squared, so this is 6x squared, this is 8x squared, and this is just 7x. So it's not the same as the others. So we're just going to put back here 7x. Now we have to look at 9. Is there any other number by itself? The answer is no, so we're just going to put 9. Now we're left with 8y. There's no other y, so we just put 8y. So from this, what we can actually identify is this section here remains unchanged because there's none to add or subtract it with. So moving into our final part now, we write back our x squared, and then we look at the coefficients, which would be 6 and 8. 8 and 6 is 14. So we have 14x squared plus 7x plus 9 plus 8y. And that would be our answer. So remember, what you're doing is you're looking for what is similar and you group them together. Then you go on to either add or subtract based on what you actually have to do. So let's look at one that's a little bit more easy to identify, and then we'll move on to some more advanced questions. So let's say we have 4x cubed plus y cubed being added to x cubed plus 3y cubed. So here's our whole question written out. So again, remember we are grouping. Notice, I'm going to use a different color for this. We have here to be x cubes. So those two will agree to one another to complete an operation. So here I'm going to have 4x cubed plus x cubed. Then we'd actually have to put back our addition sign. Moving on, we can actually see here is y cubed, and here also has a y cubed. So let's write that now. We have y cubed plus 3y cubed. So again, what actually just happened is we looked at the question and we grouped the letters based on the powers they have. So we have 4x cubed and x cubed. We have y cubed being added to 3y cubed. So moving in now to our final part here, what we actually have is x cubed. Let's put our plus sign, and then we have y cubed. Now we need to look at what we have set up as the coefficients. So notice, like I explained earlier on, or sorry, in an earlier video, sorry, whenever a letter doesn't have a number in front of it, that number is 1. So this is 1x cubed, and here is going to be 1y cubed. So our coefficients would be 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. So we have 5x cubed, and then we'd have our 1 plus 3, which is equal to 4, and we have 4y cubed. So our final answer is 5x cubed plus 4y cubed. All right, so I hope you're getting the gist of exactly what's happening. And let's now dive into another question. And in this question, let's look at all additions, and then we're going to look at one where we actually have addition and subtractions coming together. So let's say we have p plus 2q plus 3r plus 4 plus 2p plus 4q plus 6r plus 2. So this is a lot to actually take in. So we'll actually go through this in two different dynamics. If you remember from one of the earlier videos, I talked about setting it up as a normal addition problem. So what I will do is I will start to, let's separate it into two parts. How much we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's an equal distribution. I'll put the first 4 on top and the second 4 at the bottom. And I'll make sure that whatever, if they're just numbers, they align together. And if they are based on the letters, they align together as well. That sounds a little bit confusing, but bear with me. You'll see exactly how easy it is to set this type of question out. So let's start with P plus 2Q plus 3R plus 4. So we just made use of all of these here. Good. Which means we're left with this set here. So we look for, again, P is first. So we have here 2P plus, we then have 4Q plus 6R plus 2. And we're adding. So if you notice, we actually have grouped, this is another way of grouping, we have grouped all of the components based on what they actually need to have. Sorry about those pop-ups. So let's now finish our addition. 4 plus 2 is 6. Here is R. So 6 and 3 is 9. Plus, now we have Q. 2 plus 4 is 6. Plus, now again, remember, whenever you have a letter by itself, the number here is 1. So we have P, 2 plus 1 is 3. Giving us the final answer as 3P plus 6Q plus 9R plus 6. So I hope you're able to follow this particular setup. So let's now do the same question and do it the way where we group it and then solve it. So we have P plus 2Q plus 3R plus 4 plus 2P plus 4Q plus 6R plus 2. So we are grouping. Now, one thing you can consider when grouping is think of how the letters appear in the alphabet. That's how you want to actually align them in the question. So we have P starting, and then notice we have here is 2P. So it's P plus 2P. Now we're at Q, so we have plus 2Q, and here is 4Q. Great. So I'm going to use an asterisk for R. So we have plus 3R plus 6R. And then finally for numbers, I'm going to use an arrow pointing upwards. We have plus 4 plus 2. So, like before, we have here is P. We know this is 1. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Plus, now we deal with Q. 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Plus R. 3 plus 6 is equal to 9, plus 4 plus 2 is 6. So 3p plus 6q plus 9r plus 6. If we go back to our setup here, notice it's the very same answer. Alright, so I actually have two more questions that I'll be going through with you before I leave you today with these questions. So let's look now at subtraction, the one that has addition and subtraction. So let's say we have 8m plus 3 minus 2n minus 7m plus 4n minus 3. So again, we group, and in grouping we have 8m minus 7m. So we just acknowledge these two here. Now again, remember we want the letters to appear first and then the numbers at the end. So then we'd have, let's use it as the pairs. We have minus 2n plus 4n. So we just acknowledge, all right, let me use a different approach here. All right, just give me a sec. Let me just do down arrows so you can follow. And finally, use up arrows. We have plus 3 minus 3. So plus 3 minus 3. And that's at the end there. Good. So 8m take 7m. So let's put this here. Let's draw this up now. We have 8 take 7, which equal to 1. So we have m alone, which is 1m. So again, remember, you don't have to actually put it as 1m. You can just leave it as m alone. So that's that. Now for this part here, we have minus 2 plus 4. All right, so let's do a simple number line to actually outline this. We have 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have an even distribution in both positive and negatives. Now we are here at negative 2. And then we're adding 4, which means we're going to move to the right 4 places. So what we're going to do is move to the right, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, this is going to be positive 2, so plus 2, and right back n. So minus 2n plus 4n is a positive 2n. Now, like I have said multiple times before, it's better you just use your calculator and solve it. However, this is a breakdown of exactly how you arrive at this answer. Our 8m minus 7m is going to give us 1, and our minus 2n plus 4n is going to give me 2n. And you're like, what happened to this part, right? Come on, you should have seen this. Plus 3 and minus 3 gives me 0, which means our answer is still m plus 2n. So anytime you see a variable or a number wherein there is a negative operation happening or a minus operation happening, it's generally going to give you 0. So keep that in mind at all times. So 8m minus 7n minus 2n plus 4n plus 3 minus 3 will give us our final answer of m plus 2n. And then we look at the last question here now. And of course, you'll then have your questions you'll need to work on. So let's say we have 6a plus 2b minus 3c minus 4a plus 4b minus 9c. Sorry about that. I erase this. I don't know why it's not allowing me to just go back. 9c plus 12. Okay, so let's set this up now. We are grouping. So notice we have here is a 6a and here is a negative 4a, or one would want to say minus 4a. So we have 6a minus 4a. All right, and then we have 2b and 4b. So we have plus 2b plus 4b. All right, so let's do down arrows now. We have minus 3c and minus 9c. So minus 3c minus 9c. And all we're left with at the end here is 12. So we have plus 12. All right, so let's now start working. So here is for a. Looking at the coefficients, 6 take 4 is equal to 2. So the first part is 2a plus, we have b. And for b, looking at the coefficients, we'd have 2 plus 4, which is equal to 6. So this is 6b. Then you have a very interesting thing happening here now. We have minus 3c minus 9c. So we're not just going to put a sign down, we need to figure out what's happening here. So let's look at our coefficients. We know we have to have a c here, but we don't know what sign is going to be positive or negative. So understand minus 3 minus 9. Now in these cases, something to recognize. Once you're doing an operation where you have two negative numbers interacting, what you do is you maintain the negative sign and then you add the numbers. 9 and 3 is 12. So here is minus 12. And then here, finally, we have here is plus 12. So the answer here is 2a plus 6b minus 12c plus 12. So I know you're going to look at this video and say that it's a bit challenging, but this is part of your development process in understanding mathematics as you approach CXC. Take the time out and practice the questions that I'm about to send you. Also, just go look at this video probably 1 or 2 times. If you don't understand everything, you can just, of course, go back to a particular section that you don't understand and learn the concepts. Just notice that this video is a little bit longer. I'm just making you understand that the 2 hours a day for mathematics that I spoke about, I'm taking it in gradual steps. So today's video is actually 2 times what the other videos were. And of course, we will keep getting videos to be longer over time. So again, I hope you found this video to be very informative. Please now go ahead and practice the questions that I will be posting in the classroom, and look forward to receiving your grades for yesterday's lesson very soon. As usual, I hope this video has found you well, and do enjoy the rest of your day.